Hello everyone, welcome to the Captain's Video Blog. We are Tuesday, October 25th, 2016, and I'm just gonna clean the lens first. Should be better. I just got done watching Raw, and boy, what a tire that is. I felt like it really didn't deserve me watching the full 2 and something hours, because 3 hours if you remove all the ads, all the commercial breaks, that's still 2 hours and maybe 15 minutes, something like that. Felt that it would be too long to watch at all, so I watched it at 1.5 speed. At one point I was like, isn't 1.5 too much? Am I not going to miss something in the promos? Actually, no. I feel like maybe two times speed would have been too much, but nah. Um, there's been the opening segment. I talked about it. But watching it makes it really look like they shot the backstage things afterwards. Why, you ask? um, well, that's pretty simple. The only thing that happened between the time where Seth Rollins exited the stage and the moment when the backstage segment started was Michael Cole and Baron Saxton and Corey Graves, showing us what was going to happen tonight. Not a lot of time happened, and which would have meant that for Seth to drop the list in the locker room would have meant that he would have needed to dash from the stage to the locker room, put it in the locker room, and dash back and just suddenly walk without breaking a sweat in the span of maybe a minute. That doesn't seem too likely. Maybe he should have helped to have that happen after the second match, which was I think Enzo Amore facing Carl Anderson and winning, because the club what a joke they have become. They are saying that of all fun and games is it's done. No, no. I mean, for you maybe, but definitely looks like you're not looking too strong in that rivalry. I think I've heard something about a match between the two teams at Hell in a Cell. So by the laws of momentum, maybe it would mean that the Good Brothers are going to win. But just didn't feel great. There were a couple of segments of Chris Jericho looking for the list. At one point he was looking for the list in the locker room, obviously, and because he threatened not to have the match, not to be in the triple threat if he didn't have the list. And at one point Stephanie told him, yeah, but you're not. That's exactly what Seth wants, for that you are not in the match because of the list. And it felt painfully obvious. So cheap writing. Then there was the New Day facing Cesaro and Sheamus. Finally, 6 days before their tag match, their title match at Hell in a Cell, Cesaro and Sheamus had some good teamwork, which is strange because that's probably like the third time ever that they actually tagged together. And the first 2 times weren't against exactly members of the WWE roster. So Cesaro and Sheamus won. So then again, loss of momentum. It was the go-home show. Didn't really feel like it. At no point, at least before the end of the show, did I feel that it was really going to be the go-home show. I felt like, maybe there could be another 4 weeks before the next pay-per-view, because it just didn't feel like a Raw before a pay-per-view. So yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus won, but they are still bickering. I guess. I mean, all of that. It's just so tiring. Like I had that little rush of awakeness, awakening. Nah, but I felt awake for some time, and then by maybe the middle of the second hour, I suddenly started to feel really tired. Oh boy, oh. Maybe this explains that. Holy shit, I didn't, I don't really care about my appearance when I don't go outside, so I don't really stand in front of mirrors. Wow, I didn't notice those under my eyes. Oh boy, and to be fair though, I actually sleep quite a lot. Maybe it's just that I don't sleep at the right time. I don't know. Yeah. So after the tag match, what was there? I think I'm not sure. There was another tag match later in the evening with the Golden Truth against the Shining Stars. They won. Mark Henry was at ringside with the Golden Truth, and what's his name? Titus O'Neil was at ringside with the Shining Stars. I still don't understand what they are trying to do with Titus O'Neil. Like, he is supposedly, launching a brand, and not only is he losing matches left and right, he's also aligning himself with losers. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, lots of things on Raw, I don't get it. I just don't get it. What, yeah, so Curtis Axel then was a bit pissed because he said, he truly was believing in Bo, and he felt like he was being blindsided last week when Bo Dallas attacked him, but Bo Dallas felt like Axel was trying to hog the spotlight by celebrating. You can see that this way. So yeah, they had a little match that Bo won. I mean, Curtis Axel was really in his own town, so why should we be surprised at all? Huh? Then Bayley and Dana Brooke had a little bit of arm wrestling, but Bayley had the strap thing, which is apparently a cast on her shoulder. I don't remember when she hurt herself. Was it last week? I don't know. So it was all a ploy from Dana Brooke to be able to punch Bayley in the face, and she thought that she had the higher ground, but Bayley did a belly to belly, and Dana Brooke had to retreat. What a way to kick off the second hour, huh? I mean, seriously, this is rubbish. This is really garbage. This is not must-watch television. I mean, wrestling hasn't really been must-watch television in quite a while, unless you are a wrestling fan. The good wrestling isn't just enough to bring the masses to watch and enjoy Raw. Yeah. There was the contract signing for the women's Hell in a Cell match, and Mick Foley a couple of weeks ago when he announced that he was okay with having it in the Hell in a Cell. He was like, the women deserve to have Hell in a Cell, this new era and all that. And well, tonight he didn't seem that sure anymore. He was like, are you sure? Before you sign this, I want you to really think about it. And I was like, come on, Nick. You said that it's a new era. You should not just go back on your word just because you are a broken man. That just felt weird. But yeah, they signed, and well, this Sunday in Boston, it's happening. 3 matches that are in the Hell in a Cell because, haha, gimmick shows, huh? And 3 main events. But when everything is a main event, what is a main event? So yeah, Roman Reigns and Rusev had little vignettes to hype up their match. I just don't understand why Roman is supposed to be the guy we are cheering on, really. It just doesn't strike me as someone I want to cheer for. He finally understood that it was, the title and not just fucking around, while Rusev has been serious since the very beginning about the whole thing, with Roman Reigns being disrespectful to his wife and to his family, to his country. Yeah. I don't know why. I just want to side more with Rusev. Roman Reigns, he just doesn't convince me, just doesn't strike me as the guy I want to cheer for. So, yeah. What else was there? I just really want to be like, haha, I watched it so fast that, I don't remember half the shit that happened, but it's not really willingly that I don't remember the stuff. It's just that, they want so much to happen, and then, there's so little that actually happens and that's actually relevant. Are the Shining Stars and the Golden Truth going to have a match at Hell in a Cell or in the pre-show, or would it be on Sunday Night Heat if the show still existed? I don't know. I'm not sure. What's the use? Is Mark Henry going to face Titus O'Neil? Why? He's been brought into that for seemingly no reason. What's the big deal? So yeah, I think that's the whole of the second hour. There has been a match, pretty good match actually, between Rich Swann and Brian Kendrick, with TJ Perkins on commentary. But I was, that's one of the few matches where I'm really in the action. It really felt like I was supposed to care because the Brian Kendrick has a cruiserweight title match this Sunday, and TJ Perkins still speaking in video games, I guess. He said, yeah, you cannot push reset on everything because of, Kendrick's shitty attitude. Rich Swann won. Yeah, sure. I mean, it felt a bit weird that they didn't make the challenger face the champion, or really interact with him more than just speaking in the locker room, because pretty much everybody that had something this Sunday has faced their opponent in the ring in one way or another, be it an actual battle or a battle of wits. But no, yeah. So what was there? Braun Strowman refused to face Sami Zayn, which is, kind of a bummer. I'm like, yeah, there's going to be a fight and maybe Sami Zayn is going to come out on top. And Braun Strowman was like, this is not real competition. And I'm like, oh, fuck off. Sami Zayn beat fair and square the current WWE Universal Champion. What the fuck do you need more? I just feel like Sami Zayn would thrive in SmackDown, and maybe even be in contention for the IC title, or maybe even the WWE World Title. Let's be delusional. Um, and here he is on Raw, going to face Braun Strowman. So yeah, Brock Lesnar came out and he wanted to answer, you know, to give a little response to Goldberg, but actually it was Paul Heyman, because of course Paul Heyman, he's just so great on the microphone. Like you felt like the crowd wouldn't be. All the crowd wouldn't be chanting Goldberg because this is Minneapolis, Minnesota, so pretty much Brock's hometown. So yeah, he's supposed to be the bad guy in the story, and Paul Heyman really gave off that pissed off vibe. He said, "I'm gonna be pissed off. Brock is gonna be pissed off if you accept the challenge. What are you doing? This is not a video game. You are a crazy old guy, super father, and all that." And said, "Oh look, there's one guy who is chanting Goldberg." Just was pretty hard to not to call him a mouth breather. So yeah, and everyone was chanting Suplex City, and there was a low Goldberg chant to answer that, but didn't really catch on. And the main event was. Well, it was the main event. It was the triple threat. Seth Rollins won by pinning both Owens and Jericho because they were going for the double super power bomb, like double superplex, but no. And then he got destroyed. So yeah, he's going to be a little bit diminished for the pay-per-view, but he will probably not win anyway. It's gonna continue for some time. So yeah, all in all, pretty boring show. I'm just looking forward to SmackDown in little less than an hour, hoping that once again it will blow Raw off the water or whatever. Just not good with words. Just draining my brains. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. I realized that I wanted to talk a bit about football, but yeah, just Raw is 17 minutes. Jesus Christ.